Hello, folks, and welcome back to the Average Movie Review podcast. Please excuse my voice. I am going through a little bit of a cold and sinus issue right now. I just finished watching Maul, ShadowLord, episodes 7 and 8. And I know I start every episode of this particular show with saying that the animation is absolutely amazing. And again, the animation is absolutely amazing. Um, just the small little details, like jumping right into it, like the big fight between Maul, Merrick, and the other Inquisitor's name I can't remember. Um, Absolutely amazing choreography, absolutely amazing fight too. Maul showing us how truly skilled he is, taking on two Inquisitors at once, and also making it almost look effortless. Um, some of the details that really caught my eye were just like, when the lightsaber would go through the water and the vapor would come off of the lightsaber, like the heat. Absolutely amazing. Small little details like that, shows how much they really care about this show. Maul just going in and fighting and, almost, I would say, putting up a really good fight if he didn't get hurt on his leg. Um, his team completely being loyal to him, except for those few who ended up dead anyway. Showing how loyal they are to this man. Considering they could have easily died or ran away or something or given up, but they never did. And seeing his, I guess would be his cousin or some brother or another brother of his, sacrificing their life to save Maul as well. Showing again how loyal they are to him and to his cause is just it's absolutely amazing. I just personally think that this show it's some of the best Star Wars we've seen in a very long time. Um, it is focused on one character, but we get to see so many other different characters and their stories unfold at the same time. Yet it all connects back to him, right? And we get to see a side of Maul that we never really we got to see in other previous iterations and other shows and stuff like that. One of one of my favorite parts of episode 8 is just like the little flashbacks of getting to see how Sidious came and took him away, what age, where was he, who was he with, his brother and everything, and seeing that how much PTSD he has from Sidious and what motivates him to continue going. And what really motivates him is the inner child in him, the child that was taken away from his family, his friends, his world, and turned into a monster, into this weapon, and he's trying to make amends to that. It makes you wonder if, like, perhaps maybe if a Jedi had found him at a right time, or maybe, if Obi-Wan and them had tried to reach out later on after finding out he was alive, perhaps maybe he would have joined the light side as well. But he uses his anger, his fear, his rage to pretty much power him through everything, and he only has one goal, and that is to kill Sidious. Given that Sidious had taken everything away from him, even the little flashback to Obi-Wan, you could see him calling Obi-Wan's name, Kenobi, like not in a disgusting or in a hateful way, but more like in a I need you kind of way, like I'm sorry kind of way. You can tell like he wished that maybe if Obi-Wan had spoken to him during that fight, perhaps maybe he could have gone differently. Things could have gone differently. He sees his brother, and his only motivation right now is revenge for his brother because Sidious decided to kill him. So again, we don't get to see a lot of these characters. Like I said, Maul is one of the most complicated characters in Star Wars, and it makes you really do wonder, like, what if, somebody had reached out to him? What if somebody had tried to just talk to him? Maybe he would have been on the right side of things instead of the wrong side. But in his own way, he's also on the right side as well. He's trying to defeat the Empire, defeat Sidious, but not for the world, but just for himself. And again, it's not the thing about him is he's kind of the perfect anti-hero because he wants to destroy the evil, but he also continues to be himself in the sense that he will still also be doing the bad things that he usually does, right? So again, very beautifully told. The side story with Devin, Daki, and Lawson trying to get back their son and all of that, again, very well written. Two Boots, being another wonderful droid, being one of the highlights of this season and the show so far. Him breaking protocol for his friend, understanding that maybe the Empire is bad and they're not the good guys. It's kind of crazy how like a robot can figure that out, but humans can, which is insane. But most humans probably could. But yeah, and him going out of his way to save Lawson's kid and help Lawson and Daki and them escape again. Truly, some really amazing Star Wars work as well. Whereas we're looking for the first time in a show like the Jedi are kind of the side characters and um the villain is kind of the main character, right? Like we did get that with Boba Fett, but then they kind of like I don't think they ruined Boba Fett, but I also kind of do agree that maybe we needed a more serious Boba Fett than the one that was trying to turn a new leaf, perhaps a one that was kind of like Maul. He was evil, but he was also a little bit understanding of certain things. So yeah, I think this show is absolutely amazing. I can't wait till uh the next two episodes comes out next week. I don't know if Darth Vader will make an appearance. I don't think so. It seems like it's mostly gonna be Dryden Voss, but I would love to see how it goes. If he does make an appearance, I would love to see him fight Maul. I think it would be very, very interesting because as far as I know, I don't think we've ever seen them fight, and he was it's a full circle moment if you really think about it. He was there from the beginning for Darth Vader, and now he'll be there for kind of like the beginning of his new journey as well, right? So very interesting stuff. And Maul has been there for everything from the beginning of him becoming a Jedi, turning to the dark side, and then being in the dark side, and then potentially almost like well he dies before everything kind of goes to shit, but before Darth Vader turns back to the light side, but still, regardless, he was kind of there for a lot of major moments for Anakin. So I think it'd be really cool to see them fight each other and be a part of, like have a little moment as well. So that would be interesting to see. But I don't know if that's gonna happen. But let's see. Yeah. So I think solid, pretty episode. Pretty good two episodes. Let me know what you guys think, and I'd love to hear from you. And tonight is Daredevil, so I'll catch you on the next one for sure. Have a wonderful day, guys. Bye.